Thank you. The Frederick County Sheriff is now defending his deputies in the death of a man with Down syndrome while in custody. Now, this comes after the medical examiner classified the death of Robert Saylor as a homicide. Suzanne Kennedy following this story for us. She joins us from Frederick with more. Suzanne?
Well, Allison, over the weekend, the sheriff here in Frederick County decided to put his 3 deputies on administrative leave, remove them from their normal duties until the investigation into what happened 6 weeks ago here at this movie theater is over. When Robert Saylor, known as Ethan, died on January 12th, he was in the process of being removed from this Frederick County movie theater. The 26-year-old had Down syndrome. 3 sheriff's deputies, Lieutenant Scott Jewell, Sergeant Rich Rochford, and Deputy First Class James Harris were all involved in the incident. Tonight, the county sheriff says his men were patient and professional when dealing with Saylor.
There did come a point where they had to remove him from his seat. By all accounts, there was no excessive force. They did have to handcuff Mr. Saylor, and unfortunately, as they were walking out, at that point in time, they believed he suffered a medical emergency.
In the days since the death was ruled a homicide, the Frederick County Sheriff's Department's Facebook page has been lit up with hundreds of comments. People saying things like, these officers should be on leave in a jail cell, are a disgrace to the uniform, and that they must be fired. The sheriff has written a letter to the community calling the incident tragic and urging people to reserve judgment. The sheriff was childhood friends with the victim's father, making this case even more difficult.
I really sympathize with this family. I mean, I really wish we could have that moment in time back.
Paul Voss knew Saylor through their church, where this past weekend the 26-year-old seat was covered with flowers.
I think it was a tragedy. I think it seems to me like if something good would come out of this, that we would learn how to better handle a situation that clearly escalated into a tragedy.
The information gathered by the Sheriff's Department is being forwarded to the state's attorney's office. He will decide whether criminal charges will be filed or whether the case will be forwarded to a grand jury. In Frederick County, Maryland, Suzanne Kennedy, ABC 7 News.